Good morning, friends. It's Rick Beatty. I'm the senior minister here at Unity of Royal Oak, and we have a very special service for you today on the 21st of March. Today, the service is going to be presented by Youth Ministry and Miss April, who is one of our licensed Unity teachers and our Director of Youth and Family Ministry. I'm really excited about this service. I want to let you know that next Sunday, the 28th, is Palm Sunday. And then after that, on Good Friday, we'll have a service at 1 o'clock. Eastern Daylight Time, now remember, and then we'll have a celebration on Easter Sunday. So those are my three announcements. Well, we have one more very important announcement, a partnership between Outreach and one of our teens on a project that she's going to tell you about now. Gracie, come and tell people about your project.
Hello, my name is Gracie, and I am a senior at Royal Oak High School, and that requires me to do the Senior Service Project. I'm going to be collecting women's hygiene products here at the church, and it's for women who can't afford or can't fund themselves properly to get hygiene products, and I'm very excited to be doing that. So on Saturday, March 27th, and Saturday, April 10th, from 1 to 3 p.m., we will be collecting donations in the parking lot of the church. The goal is to collect at least 150 items, and will be donated to Haven of Oakland County.
Beautiful. So this is a big project, and I think that we can do way more than 150. So church, I challenge you. That's Gracie's vision. We've watched her grow up, and now she's going to graduate from high school. So let's make this a big hurrah. So we're not only doing it for her project, but to help women. Because when I was working in the homeless community, you'd be surprised at how many times women would ask me for products that they couldn't afford, that they needed. So it's a beautiful thing. So thank you. Thank you, Gracie, for the vision. Thank you for your help. What are the two dates? Tell me again.
They are March 27th and April 10th from 1 to 3 p.m.
So those are Saturdays, March 27th and April 10th, 1 to 3 in the afternoon. You can just drive through. It'll be out in our parking lot here at 2500 Crooks Road in Royal Oak. We hope to see you here. God bless you.
Hello, my name is Eden. Today I'd like to share with the Daily Word with you with permission from Unity, the publishers of the Daily Word. The word for today is energy. Together we affirm the energy of divine life renews me. How do I have the focus to achieve my goals? How do I have the strength to carry on through challenging times? How do I have the aptitude to learn, grow, and change when I'm called upon to do new things? At the heart of everything I am called to do is the energy to do it. I am a divine being, and I call upon the power of God within me to channel my energy in deliberate ways. Divine energy is in gospel. Unlike my muscles, which can tire, and my mind, which can be frazzled, the power of God within flows through me unimpeded. In prayer, I claim divine energy and imagine it flowing through me with the force of a mighty waterfall. I am grateful for my renewal. Today's scripture comes from Isaiah 40:30-31. Even youths will faint and be weary, and the young will fall exhausted, but those who wait for their Lord shall renew their strength.
It's prayer time now, which is a key part to our service. Prayer is a safe and sacred time whether we are together in person or virtual as we are right now. There are many ways to pray with us. There are always two partners anchoring each service, holding us in prayer with the consciousness of love. The prayer partners are also offer monthly wellness calls. If you aren't already receiving those calls and would like to, email Reverend Rick at rick@unityofroyaloak.org. That's Rick, R-I-C, at unityofroyaloak.org, and ask to be put on Prayer Partners Wellness Call List. Be sure to provide the phone number you would like to be called at and the best time of day to reach you. You can also email a prayer request to us at prayer@unityofroyaloak.org, which will be printed off and put into our prayer box here at the church, which we will pray over throughout the month, and then send them on to Silent Unity, where they will be prayed over for an additional 30 days. You can also submit your prayer request directly to Silent Unity at silentunity.org. I'm going to begin a prayer now, and I'm going to pause to give you time to speak your prayer intentions into the space where you are. We know that our thoughts and our prayers, our affirmative words have great power. We also know that God hears our thoughts and words from wherever we are. Let's take a deep breath together. As we pause and turn within, we feel divine wisdom flowing through us, energizing and renewing all areas of our life. God is our guidance system and spiritual compass. We apply this inner wisdom to the decision we make, the words we choose, and the ideas and beliefs we hold in our mind. God, we thank you for clearly and purposely guiding us to that which is ours to do. We are grateful for the knowledge that right where we are, you are always with us, hearing our prayers and providing for our needs. We give thanks for the knowing that right where our loved ones are, you are always with them as well. We now take a moment to speak our personal prayer intentions into this space. We speak the names of those we hold in prayer. Today, God, we ask you that you bless our thoughts and help us to be mindful as we go throughout our day, since we know that our thoughts and prayers And now we hold gratitude in our hands as we sing along with the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and thine is the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
I invite everyone to take a deep breath as we prepare for meditation. And take one more and notice the energy that fills you when you inhale. And release any tension in your body as you exhale. One more conscious breath. Set aside any thoughts that came before this moment. Release any to-do list for later in the day. And allow yourself to be present in these words. Close your eyes and you will see clearly. Cease to listen and you will hear the truth. Be silent and your heart will sing. Seek no context and you will find union. Be still, and you will move forward on the tide of the Spirit. Be gentle, and you will need no strength. Be patient, and you will achieve all things. Be humble, and you will remain entire. Now take another breath with me. And I invite you, as you listen to the music that's about to be played, to bring into your heart memories of moments that you felt gratitude in your life. Memories of moments when you felt proud, when you felt joy. I invite you to picture them in your mind as if they were happening right now. Bring those memories in, as many as you can remember. And as the music plays, as the music tempo picks up and slows down, allow those memories to continue to flow into your heart. Allow those memories to continue to come in. Feel the peace, the joy. Allow the smile that they bring to your face. And now, in the last few moments, I invite you to take another deep breath and picture in your mind moments in the future. Envision moments that you will be filled with gratitude for in the days and the weeks and the months ahead. Think of the moments you look forward to, and give thanks for those moments right now as if they're already happening. Allow yourself to feel the joy right in this moment. Allow your heart to be filled and overflow with gratitude for all the good that is to come. Hold for just another moment that picture in your mind. Those moments yet to come in the celebration of their arrival. As you begin to bring your attention back to this space, I invite you to hold on to that feeling, to that joy, to the gratitude, to the celebration of those moments, the moments of the past and the moments of the future. Hold on to those visions in your mind, store them in the memory of your heart. Allow them to fill you with hope, with love and excitement for the future. When you're ready, begin to bring movement back to your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready to open your eyes, look around and notice all of the things you already have to be grateful for in this moment. The love and the joy that exists right now. And allow that vision to be beautiful. And so it is. invite Sophia up, our musician of the day, to share with you the meaning behind her song that she played. It also allows an opportunity to celebrate her and to give her some thanks. Send your love and your energy to her for giving her time and her talent and sharing it with us today.
Thank you. When I was imagining my song, I imagined an old man who wasn't open to the love and the joy in life. And that's represented by the fast-paced beginning of the song. And it gradually becomes slower and more gentle when that man is opening up to the love and the joy in the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
May I walk all day long? May I walk through the seasons? May I walk in peace? May I walk in peace on this path? May I walk through my life? May I walk in old age? May I walk in peace? May I walk in peace? May I walk? 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 May I walk in peace? May I walk in peace, in joy? May I walk in love? May I walk in gratitude? May I walk? May I walk in peace? May I walk in peace, in stillness? May I walk in forgiveness? May I walk in loving kindness? May I walk in peace? May I walk? May I walk in peace? May I walk? 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 May I walk in peace? May I walk in peace? Oh, may I walk in peace? May I walk in peace? May you walk, may you walk in peace? May you walk in peace?
Good morning, Unity of Royal Oak. Did you know that March is Women's History Month? International Women's Day has been commemorated across the world on March 8th since 1911, and every U.S. president has marked March as Women's History Month since 1995. While the right to vote is a common topic of study in classrooms when examining women's history, but there are so many more issues, perspectives, and accomplishments that require investigation along history, the literature, and the arts to more fully appreciate and understand what women's history in the U.S. encompasses. For example, did you know that a woman ran for president in 1964? Or that Eleanor Roosevelt was a key figure in several of the most important social reform movements of the 20th century? There are so many incredible things to learn about the history of women. So I challenge you to go find out something that you didn't know before about the history of women. Women's history is important to me because we need a month to show how powerful and assertive women are, to showcase the brilliance and humility of women. It's nice to have a whole month dedicated to us because growing up, everything I consumed showed male superheroes, businessmen, and different representation of men in the media versus women. When you see a powerful woman in the news, or it may even be someone else in your family, it's like a breath of fresh air, a reminder that we can be victorious. I love to see women beat all of the odds and come out on top, and to have the courage to even test society in the first place. Here's to wonderful moms and aunts and grandmas and friends. Here's to your hard work and your resilience. Thank you for providing me with the best example. Unity has taught me that I am so much more than. You are so much more than. As written by Reverend Jean Marie F. I am more than. I once saw God as a man, and I felt less than. I learned of Jesus, the man, and I felt less than. I looked in the great book, written by men, edited by men, translated by men, controlled by men, and I felt less than. In the scheme of things, as a petite young woman, I felt small. I felt I was the smallest of all. I couldn't grow in the church of punishing things. I couldn't grow in the church of glittery things. I couldn't grow in the church of separating things. Then, I found a place where people sat in the dark, and a bright light shone on me. I found my joy as I danced, and my light grew. I found my joy as I sang, and my light grew. I found my joy as I spoke, and my light grew. And people could see this light and called it good. And I took the light home with me, but I didn't know what it was, so I had to protect it. And I protected it, and I protected it, and I protected it, until it didn't come out much anymore, and I felt small. I got sick. Oh, I was sick. The sickness stopped me from singing. The sickness stopped me from dancing. The sickness stopped me from acting. And I went from teacher to teacher to see if they could see the light. And I was told that I had to try harder, that all I tried wasn't enough. But inside, the light danced. And inside, it sang. And inside, it shone like a star. Then, when I was as small as I could be, I found unity. And little by little, the principles soaked in. And there was a spark. And I knew that I didn't have to protect the light anymore, because it couldn't be put out. And I learned that God is not a man. and I felt more than. I learned that the Christ is not a man, and I felt more than. And I learned that the great book was there to tell me that I am more than. And the healing began, and the light grew. But this time, people didn't have to sit in the dark to see it. And I learned to be the real me, which is more than man or woman. It is I am. I feel that in this world, when little girls grow up, they are taught that important positions, like being the president or an astronaut, CEO, are all male positions and that only men are deserving of sophisticated titles. We refer to men as God and women as goddesses. God is never used femininely. As she says in her poem, it makes us feel small. It makes our voices feel less important and valid because it feels as society always wants to put women behind men. Have you ever heard of the phrase, behind every successful man is a strong woman? We are thought of as waitresses and housewives instead of surgeons or astrophysicists. But life is a learning curve. There are points where you feel like you're on top of the world, like nothing can take you down, and it'll be good for a while. But as the world does, it likes to crush you, and you will feel dim and small. Sadly, this is what happens when the world tells you that you aren't equal to your peers. It's okay to ask for guidance, and it's okay to have questions about the world. But slowly and surely, you'll realize that God is whatever you want it to be, that you write your own path, and you are totally capable of pursuing any career you desire. You are your own person, and who you are is beautiful and wonderful in itself. But you will always be more than what people say about you, or your gender, or your ability to become successful. What matters is what you think, because in the end, it is about how you lived your years and if you lived them happily. Did you live how you wanted to? I am 17 years old, almost 18, and I've learned very much similarly to this poem. The life will repeatedly try to tell us that we're small, and that our voices are not as loud. But you have a chance to prove them wrong, and to prove it to yourself that you are just as powerful. I'm upset that it's taken me this long to realize how amazing I am and how almighty women are. But I'm proud to say that despite everything, I'm still going. Thank you so much, Gracie. Wow. I'm proud of her for learning it that quick because I don't know about the rest of you, but it took me a whole lot longer than to 17 or 18 years old to learn even part of that. Thank you again for sharing with us. And thank you all for being willing to listen to our youth. They are our future. What you just got a glimpse of is the wisdom of the future. So I'd like you to take a moment to think about wisdom. Wisdom is the power of the month, but it is so much more. The things that Gracie shared tie into our Advent lesson today, which is also about vision, where we started the service in our meditation. The power, though, wisdom, is the highest form of spiritual knowing. It includes divine judgment, discrimination, intuition, and other activities of mind that come under the heading of pure knowing. What we just heard is someone who knows the truth that they are so much more. More than our physical bodies. We are more than what we learn in school. We're more than what we do on our jobs. I take you back to the beginning of our meditation today, which said, close your eyes and you will see the truth. I invite you to look inside with that wisdom. While it's important to remember that we develop all the 12 powers, there are certain powers that more closely fit with your Christ, the inner Christ, your ally with the Christ within in development. And one of these is the faculty of wisdom. Wisdom is also considered judgment, if you will. Not in the negative way we often think of judgment, but in just deeper understanding. It's represented by James, the son of Zebedee. The blend of knowledge from the head and heart are the wisdom that we have within us. If we don't let what we see on the outside talk us out of what we know on the inside, that wisdom grows and strengthens us in ways that our five human senses often block out. One of the faculties most prized by Jesus, in fact, was the gift of wisdom, or spiritual judgment. Always he pointed out the importance of judging by the standards of the higher self, rather than by the example set in the world. So I invite you to take a moment, especially when you're stressed, when you're looking out into the world, wondering when this is all going to end, or when things are going to get better, or when we can take off these silly masks that drive us all nuts, when you're wondering how the vaccine is going to turn out, or when people are going to start getting along better, or when we're going to get closer to those visions that have been shared with the world, I invite you to turn within. To really take a moment and go inside and remember the truth that we have been taught. The truth of Jesus' teachings, which was never that everything would be perfect on the outside, but that when we turn within, we are always right where God is. And wherever we are, God is always. This is the 5th week of Lent. I don't know how many of you are reading out of our little Lent book, our Release and Renew, but each day is a powerful message. And the 5th living word is vision. For me, there's nothing greater than the power of the visions within my mind, if I'm being mindful. You see, we often put faith into what we're worried about, instead of faith in what we know and our spiritual truth, our faith in God. So I hope that you'll take a moment to check in with your mind, to be mindful of your thoughts. Every week we sing our thoughts, our prayers. How often are we minding our mind? In this reading this week, the scripture is, I thirst, from John 19:28. It says, in the story of the crucifixion, it appears that Jesus is thirsting for water and sustenance of this world. He says, I thirst. And according to the story, a man responds to these words by dipping a sponge in vinegar and offering it to give Jesus relief. The usual deduction is that Jesus is dehydrated and in physical need. Those are those 5 senses I mentioned, right? But the thirst that Jesus is talking about is the desire that gives your soul eternal life. And it has nothing to do with your physical body. Jesus is describing the life force of God that is within all of us. When we thirst for this kind of living water, we permit ourselves to be quenched by the wellspring of Spirit, and we are made forever new and rich and informed. It goes on to talk about the importance of this turning point, this spiritual awakening. It's so easy in this world and all that's going on around us to forget, to get caught up, to lose our hope. But what causes that is us looking at whatever it is we perceive around us that is bad or negative. And that's different for all of us. It's easy to get caught up in some of the things Gracie talked about. The terminology, the language that is used. But if we really take a look at Jesus' teachings and we really look at what we've been taught through unity, we know that our mind, our thoughts, our words have great power. That right within us, the faculties of all the 12 powers exist. In this reading, it says that this is a powerful affirmation for me, how it ends, I'd like to share with you. So take a moment for a deep breath, because this last part of this really feels like a powerful affirmation. It concludes with saying, it is time to create such a powerful vision for yourself that you will never be pushed by pain again. It is time to ignite your passion, the fire in your belly that cannot be ignored or extinguished. I'm not talking about the burning desire to conquer the world, but an inner fire to express God and to see God.
It is a fire so dedicated to being used for the glory of oneness that you are transformed. And in this transformation, people are healed in your presence. From this fire within, all that is created through you and drawn to you blesses you and everyone. And that's taken out of the 7 living words. But I want you to really hear this. This isn't about pretty words or a positive affirmation. This isn't affirming something that doesn't exist yet. This vision that's spoken of is the absolute truth. And reality says that no matter what we go looking for, we will find evidence of. No matter what we bring to mind, we can look out around us and find some truth in that. But the key is that you have a choice. You get to choose what you focus on. You get to choose the vision in your own mind. I've heard before, it may have even been Reverend Rick that has said it, that I've heard that worry is like praying for the worst possible outcome. And I get it, worry happens. But just as quick as thoughts come into our mind, we can turn them back inward, inside, look within our hearts and remember the truth. If we look around, there's just as much, no, there's even more good to be found than anything bad. And while things may be going on, and there's challenges and there's struggles, not to take away from any of that, many of us have lost a lot over the past year. And that's real too. But at the same time that is going on, there are blessings, there's love, there's community. They coexist. They're both happening, and I invite you, as you go into your each and every day, just to choose to look for the good, and allow yourself to envision the good that we desire happening. As people start to get vaccinated, as we start to overcome the anxiety of coming back together. Isn't it funny, a year ago we were all really fighting with being separate, and now we're all unsure about being together? Feel all the feelings you need to feel, because they're all relevant. But then hold in your mind a space for a return to love, for a return to community, for a return to hugs, because that's one of the things I'm looking forward to most. Return to hope, to prosperity, to abundant living. Because all of that is not lost, even though some of it may have been hold for a little while. Mind your mind and hold the grandest vision. Hold the vision that you desire in your heart. And put your faith in God, knowing that your prayers are heard and all is possible. For us, and for the future that you heard from on this platform today. Because these kids are our future, and they know that they are unlimited. Thank you for being here with us today. It's been such an honor. Know that I'm holding a vision for you of absolute greatness, and knowing that it's true. Thank you.
Below
boys, girls, and all genders alike feel comfortable and respected in our communities.
My vision for the world is for all of our energies to calm down and we can all go outside and breathe better.
My vision for the world is for everyone to get along.
What is your vision for the world?
Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one.
So this is the time in our service that we bless the offering. We are so grateful for the many, many ways that people contribute to this ministry. You can visit our website at unityofroyaloak.org. There you'll find the whole shebang about what we have going on here, the schedule, Zoom links, all of it. You'll also find a black donate button. You can contribute to that donate button. We process with Tidely or with PayPal. You can also drop a check off. Some people do through our mail slot. Please don't put it in the book duck. Or push it from your credit union or bank savings account, checking account, whatever. Every way it's perfect. And we appreciate you because we know that we are emerging from this pandemic at some point. And now Sophia is going to come and bless the offering.
Join me as we bless our love offerings. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. We send forth these gifts with blessings and love. Thank you.
Amen.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.
Amen.